So far, the cinematic universe based on the DC Comics superheroes has been met with, let's say, mixed reactions.
These days, we can't think of Batman or Superman without getting a little bit sad.
The movies are becoming increasingly divisive.
How could such a sure thing turn out so disappointing?
It's the rush to produce each and every film.
So far in the DCEU, there are no well-defined dynamic characters. We need to like this Superman and this Batman. And, so far, a lot of us don't.
DC's grand ambitions seem to have crashed and burned.
We haven't been given a good reason to care about any of them.
Many also believe that DC is not delivering on its intentions.
Yes, the movies have been profitable, but they've been critical disasters that have sharply divided audiences. These movies have been coasting on great marketing and the built-in popularity of the brands.
What the hell went wrong with the DCEU?
When a man's heart is full of deceit, it burns up, dying. Dark shadow falls over his soul. From the ashes of a once great man has risen a curse. A wrong that must be righted. We look to the skies for a vindicator, someone to strike fear into the black hearts of the same man who created him. The battle between good and evil has begun. Against an army of shadows lies a dark defender.
Man, screw you guys. Welcome to the Firebear Republic. I'm Jamie.
I'm Dustin.
And the DC Defender has returned.
The return of the DC Defender.
Here to defend DC.
Now, are you actually going to fight us on this one?
I might try, yeah.
Oh, no.
I might try. Because there's some stuff out there still that I'm just like, oh, no. But, I mean, there's a lot of good stuff happening for DC, too. So
I feel like the last couple times we had you on, you were just like, you know what? Yeah, fuck DC. Yeah, come on, it sucks, man.
I'm with you guys.
I never even really liked it in the first place. You're like covering up all your Nightwing statues and shit.
Well, they had Shazam, and then it was like, come on, give me something else. And I mean, Crisis on Infinite Earths for, CW is actually pretty good.
It cost $25.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
they
sandwiches.
Fought in literally a set out of Power Rangers. Just an open, empty quarry that they probably rented for
It just made me feel nostalgic for Power Rangers.
God damn it.
I would say, and it looked like they borrowed cosplay from people at Comic-Con, but I've seen cosplay at Comic-Con and it looks better than it did on that show.
That's true.
Yeah.
But I gotta admit, the story was still pretty good.
It was alright.
It was okay. It was kind of a cheap adaptation of the comic story.
Well, it's television.
Yeah.
It's hard to be expensive on TV.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of comics, have you guys heard about the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles storyline?
So this is a comic I'm actually stoked on.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've actually wanted to read a comic, but I'm ready.
Dude, who do you think it is? Oh, first we need to tell the people.
Yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is doing The Last Ronin, which is just one turtle with all the weapons.
Yeah.
And we don't even know what turtle it is.
Yeah, they just gave us a couple pages from the beginning, first episode.
So for me, I think it's Mikey.
I'm right there with you. I think it's Mikey too.
Yeah. Dustin?
Okay. Well, I want to admit something,
Are you going to bring in the fabled female turtle, the fifth turtle?
No.
No?
I'm 31.
Okay.
I don't know the difference between the turtles.
Oh.
Okay, so Michelangelo is
He's
the
that
orange one?
Yes.
Okay.
The youngest.
You can't see, but I got all my figures behind me. Pointing right there to him.
I can't see that.
That one.
What about the red one? He's the headstrong one,
The
right?
leader?
That would make sense, right? And Raphael is the one with-
Raphael's the red one.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's the one who's got his shit together.
Who's the one with the two swords?
That's Leonardo.
That's Leonardo.
Okay, that would make the most sense, right?
Right. He's a tough guy.
Okay.
So you've never read Turtles.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I watched the cartoon when I was a kid.
I read Turtles like years and years ago. It's infinitely better than anything they've ever made out of it.
Yeah?
Like even my fantasy booking of Seth Rogen's Turtles being like a more mature Turtles
Uh-huh.
probably doesn't hold a candle to what Turtles is.
Even with Danny McBride?
Hard to say. Hard to
Yeah.
say. Depends on casting.
Mm.
But this looks dope.
I honestly think it's going to be Mikey, because that's just a smart way to go for a character story arc.
Yeah.
What, because he's like so silly and shit. Like this is
Yeah, like it's like, say you take me. I'm like the goofiest guy we know.
yeah.
And like some shit goes down, and then all of a sudden, I've got to buck up and
Give revenge for the Firebear Republic.
They murder all
Yeah,
of us
there
and
you
you have
go.
to take over the show.
Yeah.
yes.
Hell yeah.
I don't know who they are.
Dorkly.
If damn. I was
That's
gonna
right,
say if Joe
Dorkly, we
Rogan
never
was on the
forgot.
show, he'd be like, "Who are they? Who are they? Explain yourself."
Dorkly, we haven't forgot.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a deep cut.
it's goddamn dorkly.
Yeah.
They finally take us out. They realize they've ran out of stuff to steal.
We stopped giving them content.
They're like, "God damn it, just kill them!
Yeah.
Just kill them already!"
Then James has to get revenge. We could make a fucking comic ourselves.
Oh man,
Couldn't we?
It'd be an arc, but we'd be ripping off the freaking Last Ronin. Because I think that's what's gonna happen.
Well, come on. The Last Ronin is ripping off fucking Old Man Logan.
No, because Logan's already a badass. He's just the badass that survives. If this is what we think it is, like everyone who normally would handle shit dies. And then you got Mikey handling shit with all the darkness of losing all his friends and his master and like the brutality of like early Turtles. It's so good. It's going to make me like comics again.
Well, that it's just a 25% chance that you're right on that one. But
The way I described it was like Nightwing instead of Batman.
Oh, fuck Nightwing.
So it's like Batman, like the seriousness of Batman, but with a little bit of jokes in there. So
huh. I don't know. I'm definitely interested in it. It's the first time I've been interested in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in a while.
Yeah. I don't... Huh?
Well, actually, I forgot. I just watched the fucking Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And it was awesome.
I did too.
What?
Yeah.
When was that a
Yeah, it
thing?
was-
The animated
It
movies.
was a comic.
Oh.
It was a comic. but
Yeah, I knew it
yeah,
was
they
a
did-
comic.
they
I didn't
did
ever
two-
read it.
2 story arcs with it, and I read both of them. And then I watched the movie on the way somewhere. I think it was Memphis one time.
Yeah.
There was a movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like
Batman
one of
lets
the animated.
Mikey hit all the buttons in the Batmobile.
What?
And they eat pizza at the end. It's
When
awesome.
the fuck did that happen?
When the fuck did we get pizza?
When the fuck did we get ice cream? Damn. Okay. It's dude, it's nuts how like I don't know if it's the whole like virus environment, but it's nuts how like a lot of the nostalgia from when we were kids is starting to come back in ways that I actually wanted.
Yeah.
Have you seen the shit Netflix is doing with Transformers?
It looks pretty cool. I'm hopeful about it.
It has
yeah.
that animation style that you hate.
Yeah.
The shit they did for the Scanner Darkly shit that you hate. That no matter how much better it gets, every time you see it, you're like, it looks like bullshit Scanner Darkly.
I do hate it, but okay, for people that are listening, the thing we're talking about is Netflix announced a new trilogy of movies for Transformers called War of Cybertron.
War for Cybertron.
War for Cybertron. Okay. And it's done in that awful animation style. But it reminds me a lot of the Godzilla movies they just did. It was a
Ooh.
trilogy set of movies, and they were actually pretty good.
Yeah?
Ending's kind of a little bullshit, you know, but it looks exactly the same. It might be like the same group of people that work for Netflix. I'm not sure. But, I mean, I'd watch it.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like it's being handled well.
Yeah.
It doesn't reek of Michael Bay. You might actually get some content instead of just explosion,
Yeah.
slow-mo run, titties, explosion.
Okay, so Ninja Turtles, I get that one, right?
Yeah.
But is this anything we haven't already seen from Transformers though. Like I'll still watch it,
I'm
but
very hopeful.
yeah.
So one, it's a cartoon.
Yeah.
Right? And there hasn't really been like even a half decent attempt at a Transformers cartoon since Beast Wars. Like back in like 97.
Right.
So I mean that's kind of where
Oh,
the
God, I
nostalgia
remember
comes
that
from
one.
for me. You remember that shit?
Yeah, the animation. Oh my God.
It looked like 1994 PlayStation graphics.
Yes.
Pre-rendered cutscenes and
I remember
stuff.
Yeah.
I had like all the McDonald's figures.
Oh damn. Are they still in your collection?
No.
Damn.
I've still got a Optimus Prime gorilla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah. I think
Honestly,
the
there
next time
was-
I go to my mom's, if she hasn't already like dragged it out of the attic to put more boxes in her attic, I'm just gonna mail you a giant box of toys.
Who,
I've
me?
seriously got
Yeah.
like 2 tubs of like
Okay.
Keaton Batman toys.
Damn.
And yeah, a shit ton of Transformer toys.
Ooh,
But-
y'all don't tell my wife this, but I'm down for it.
Get him thrown out of the house.
Like I've
But-
literally got like I'm banned from eBay for a little bit, y'all.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, I heard about your Ninja Turtles.
Dude,
Shit.
I'm gonna write from eBay on the box with a declared value of like 10 grand.
That's
This is-
awesome.
Like you can like I got the Turtles, I got Captain Planet, I got the real Ghostbusters, Scooby Doo. Talking about going on a nostalgia kick, man.
Damn.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I want to have a little old man rant
Okay.
about Transformers. Back in the day when I was a kid, Transformer toys were so fucking cool. They were little puzzles that had guns.
You mean the metal ones?
Well, I think mine were plastic, but yeah, I did have some metal ones.
Okay.
Yeah. But they were like a Rubik's Cubes or something that also turned into toys. Like it was like a car and turned into stuff.
It was kind of tricky to like flip them all the which ways.
Yeah. And your parents trying to help you and they're like, nope, fuck this and walk away, you know?
Throw it against the wall.
Yeah. Get frustrated, you know?
Break Megatron's arm off trying to make him not a pistol.
Yeah, but like you see like the toys now and they're just action figures. It's literally just arms, legs, stuff like that.
Dude,
And
yeah,
they-
or like the head flips over and the legs flip on his back and he still looks like a guy.
yeah, but it's kind of a
It's
car.
like a guy with like some car parts on his chest.
What do they think? Kids are stupid?
I
Like
think they do.
I don't know.
Dude, all that stuff was cooler when we were kids.
Yeah, but especially Transformers. If I could change one thing about toys today, it'd be that they actually make those shits cool again.
Maybe it'll be successful enough that it'll hit enough and they'll be like, we're going to make some quality merchandise, guys.
Yeah, because that's all that was like originally, right? G.I. Joe, fucking, what's Skeletor? What?
Masters
He-Man.
of the Universe.
Yeah, Masters of He-Man
He-Man.
and shit.
Damn it.
All that was made to like sell toys, right?
Yeah. Well, the cartoon versions were.
Yeah,
Yeah, they came up with the toy first and then they would do the cartoons.
Dude, they did that real bad later when they did like Mighty Max and goddamn, what was female Mighty Max?
Polly Pocket.
Polly
Polly
Pocket.
Pocket.
Yeah,
That shit was insane.
I literally just went looking for one for my little sister.
Oh, damn.
yeah.
To feed the eBay addiction.
Yeah. Like no joke. I may not be like shopping on eBay right now, but I am still on eBay every day looking at stuff.
Oh, God. The torture.
You got a problem?
Yeah, I really do. I need to go to eBay Anonymous.
Yeah.
Damn. So we got other news. We got actual Star Wars news this week.
Yeah, it might be good too.
It might be good. So remember like 3 weeks ago, we were talking about them doing a spinoff show of Clone Wars
Mm-hmm.
because they finished Clone Wars. They did a final season. It was like the highest rated shit they've had on Disney Plus yet. Way better than Artemis Fowl or whatever.
Yeah.
And now the spinoff has been revealed and it's like a Bad Bunch side story.
Which is kind of crazy too, because like when we were watching that, me and you, I believe, both agreed. Why the fuck was half the season about these characters?
Yeah, like the first 3 episodes are like all about the Bad Bunch, like interacting with the
Mm-hmm.
501st.
Became a platform for a whole new show.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Smart. I bet they planned it way back then.
Yeah.
Dave Filoni.
James, did you watch any of Clone Wars?
I am like, I don't want to say this. I watch like little bits and pieces here and there when I can.
Oh, damn.
Okay.
So you haven't seen the final season.
No.
Whoa.
Do you have Disney
Yeah.
Plus?
I've got Disney Plus, but right now I'm stuck on HBO Max.
Ooh,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I don't blame you.
I've
Love me
been
some
like
HBO Max.
worming my way through the Creaton collection.
Oh, I was gonna say, but no, I haven't been able to catch up on Clone Wars.
Yeah.
That's a shame because it's freaking awesome. It's probably the best Star Wars thing that came out since the original fucking movies.
Yeah.
To be honest, that or like maybe Revenge of the Sith. Like, it's kind of a toss up because that movie's actually good. The acting isn't great, but the movie is good.
You know what's a bummer, man? I was gonna watch this for the podcast and everything, but one of the Star Wars groups I'm in on social media,
Yeah,
they were having like a Twitch viewing of like a master cut
yeah.
of it was like episode 3 with all the Dave Filoni stuff cut into it to where it was chronologically in order.
Oh, weird.
And it was like a 5-hour cut of the movie, right?
Uh-huh.
And I wanted to watch it so bad. There were thousands of people watching it and stuff. And I missed it. Like I had car issues and stuff. I had to work on my
Damn.
car that day and stuff.
I bet
Yeah.
you that's sick.
It would have been so cool. And obviously for legal reasons, they can't like,
Yeah, they can't like
upload it.
cut it and
Yeah.
upload it somewhere.
yeah.
That would have been dope.
But now that we know we're getting Bad Batch, what do you think this is actually leading to? Because this is kind of the weird thing with Dave Filoni stuff is it doesn't seem to be geared towards like setting up any of the sequel stuff, which I'm not getting into that conversation again.
Yeah.
But he's obviously like laid some stuff out. Like he knew about Bad Batch when he was making season 7,
Yeah.
right? Now Bad Batch came out. Where's he going?
I don't know. I mean, Bad Batch isn't out yet, so we don't know what story he's going to tell.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't even know if he has influence over the movies.
It almost sounds like from one of the articles I read is that they are trying to fit into the new world now that Order 66 has happened.
Mm-hmm.
Because I haven't seen Clone Wars, I don't know, but I mean, just what I was reading actually sounded pretty cool. Just the way they made it sound. It's like there's these clones who don't know what to do anymore. They don't really have a commander or anything like that. Somebody giving them the commands, and they're just going around.
So they're gonna like be. You think they might be like bounty hunting or something?
I don't know.
Something like that.
Oh, that's
I
interesting.
kind of thought that maybe they just get fired by Palpatine.
like just
He's
straight up fired.
He's like, fuck you, you defective pieces of shit. You're all fired.
Well, do you think there's anything to the fact that before we ever heard anything about Bad Batch
Mm-hmm.
or this new show that was coming, right?
Yeah,
We were hearing about a sequel to Rebels.
right.
Do you think that there's going to be any kind of connection here?
I don't know. There could be. I think personally, like all joking aside, I think this is going to be the story of how the clones got replaced by the stormtroopers.
Whoa,
That's the story that's obvious. Like the one that I
that
would,
could be cool.
since I'm dumb, that's the story I would tell.
No, I mean, I'd like to. That's one of the, probably the only. No, well, that's
So
not
it's
true.
hard. So it's an in-between story,
Yeah.
right? So we know the finite end of all of the shit, right?
Right.
Galactically, like on that big level. But they've never really told the story of the clones getting replaced.
Right. Kind of like the High Republic is like an era that never got covered.
Yeah.
It's always just kind of been this thing that at one point, like the clones started dying off and they replaced them with people.
Yeah.
And like Sidious kind of had a thing against clones or something. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
And we don't know that Camino gets destroyed or if he tried to clone Jedis there and then had to destroy it because of whatever.
Yeah.
Like you could kind of tell that story and then the story of why he replaces the clones.
That'd be pretty fucking dope.
Maybe like at some point the clones try to turn on him and he's just like, fuck you all. You're all fired.
Zap.
You defective pieces
I
of
am
shit.
the Senate.
Yeah. I mean, something like that. I would love to see him do like a force storm, like Darth Bane style,
Yeah.
and just wipe out like 1 million clones. That would be like so much murder for a cartoon.
Yeah.
But holy shit, it would be cool.
I mean, I'm not trying to talk shit, but then we get that in Rise of Skywalker.
It was shitty though.
Yeah. Okay.
Aren't they retconning that though?
We don't know. We're trying to avoid talking about it again.
Me and Jamie like differ on that. I think that they are in a way, and he's like probably not going to happen.
I
but
think they're just going to avoid it forever.
yeah.
That's the plan.
Either way's fine with me.
Damn. So we got some like casting rumor for Kenobi too.
Yeah, this is, I feel like one of the most interesting leak rumors I've ever heard because it's it's kind of been in the works for years at this point.
Okay, no, it's been in the rumors for years.
That they've been talking to Hayden Christensen.
Yeah.
Like, they've been sending him messages. They show up red and he's not responding, you know?
Right. Or it's or it's Hayden Christensen is in talks to reprise his role for Rise of the Skywalker.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't happen. Or Hayden
Do you think
Christensen.
his acting's gotten better over the years?
His acting was never bad. He was poorly directed.
Yeah.
I'll die on that hill.
Lucas is notoriously not the greatest director. Like, whenever you talk to anybody that was on set with him or something, people always seem to say that it's like he has the idea in his head and he doesn't know how to get it across to people.
Yeah.
That's why, like, Empire Strikes Back was so good, was because he had somebody else direct it. Like, he funneled, like, his idea through somebody.
Yeah, he found a voice.
Yeah.
And then he tried to direct episodes 1, 2, and 3.
Right. And we get scenes where fucking Padme is like, "What's wrong, Anakin?" And it's like his mother just died.
Yeah, but she doesn't know that because they're filming in a different location.
But
so they filmed it like 2 months beforehand.
I still don't understand that. He had to write that line.
He wouldn't let them know the story.
No, I know.
So how do you convey it? If she doesn't know and she's not allowed to know?
But I get that, but he still wrote the line down.
So he's supposed to be like, look sad.
Yeah,
look sad, Natalie Portman. Look sad. You know what he did. Look sad, but also judge him.
Yeah.
Judge him for things he did.
Well, if your parent died or something, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to walk into the room and be like, "Why the long face? Fucktard." Like, you know, he still wrote the line down.
True.
Like, that Padme walks in and says, "What's wrong, Anakin?" You know what the fuck is wrong, Padme. You know, when he was in the Jedi Academy and you were like off being a fucking princess for 10 years, you could have gone back and bought his mom. Why didn't you do that? Don't you like Anakin? What the fuck's wrong,
Didn't
Padme?
give a fuck about her.
Yeah.
Fucking Shmi Skywalker.
You trying to prove a point? What you trying to do?
I don't know.
Yeah.
We've brought that up. His mom was completely savable.
Yeah.
They left her in slavery for no goddamn reason. Yeah. The Jedi had plenty of money.
They did. Yeah. But like, all ranting aside, we are hearing that Hayden Christensen is going to play a role in the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series that's going to be on Disney Plus.
I think he's going to play young Vader.
Really?
Yeah. Because he's what, maybe 20 when he gets turned into Vader?
Yeah.
And we don't see him again until he's Vader, like deep Vader.
Now, how does that work if...
We kind of did in Ahsoka, or in the final season of Clone Wars, but I don't know.
Right. But how does that work in an Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series? Like, obviously they never interact.
Yeah, but you could have Vader doing something and you're showing that, and you have Kenobi doing something and you show that, and what Kenobi does like foils what Vader's doing, and they never interact.
Maybe.
I guess I'm thinking of the obvious. You know,
What's
he's just
that?
going to be like a memory or something.
See, that's what I was saying too, right? It's not the best way to do a season, but it makes a lot of sense to have flashbacks of them working together.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan looking back on his like failures and then getting deeper and deeper into hiding because of it.
Maybe, but that's a depressing, boring ass show. Him just being on lockdown, getting like more depressed.
That's quarantine, baby.
Yeah.
That doesn't resonate with the audience right now? Come on.
I mean, it would resonate, but I don't know if it resonates in like a positive way.
Yeah.
Well, no, I see
what
him.
What if he wears
like,
a face mask?
I see him thwarting like stuff going on the planet.
Yeah.
I just don't see him ever leaving the planet.
That's what the book
because
was.
of his
like
because of his failures.
Yeah,
like,
the book they did
like,
with him was the same.
Like he'll probably run into somebody and they're like, "You need to come help us," and he's like, "No, last time I did this," you know.
Like I obviously want to see more Obi-Wan Kenobi, but it just like everything we're saying feels so obvious. Like, how do you fucking do a story about a guy who sat on a desert planet for like 20 fucking years?
I don't know.
Yeah.
They did a book about it, and the book was okay. It was like just okay, because it's an uneventful story. You couldn't really go anywhere with it.
I mean, like, I would imagine if he did something crazy that they wouldn't be like, "Oh, that's just old Ben Kenobi that lives up on the hill." They'd be like, "There's that old man that fucking killed all those monsters that almost like incinerated the whole planet like 15 years ago.
Well, yeah, because Tatooine has had Jedi on it before. A bunch of them.
Yeah.
Everyone knows who the Jedi are there at the beginning of Phantom Menace.
And they don't know he's a Jedi.
When he comes back, though, like, aren't there going to be people that know he's a Jedi? Like, in the book, the Sand People were like, fucking, like, traumatized about Jedi because of that shit, you know?
Yeah. Every time they hear the word sand, they're just like, ah.
Yeah, it's... I mean, it's kind of a thing. Like, they've already had an impact on that planet. It would be hard for him to hide if he's doing Jedi shit.
Yeah, I just don't understand how it's going to work.
I'm confused. I'm excited because I like the director. I like the casting so far. Like,
yeah,
I really like the Mandalorian a lot.
Yeah.
And if it's in the same, like, style and vein of Mandalorian, like, I'm 150,000% fucking down.
Yeah. I mean, this is like any other situation like this. We just kind of have to wait and see.
Yeah.
You know?
We live in a world of goddamn wait and see now.
Yeah. It hurts.
Yeah. So another thing we're going to wait and see.
Mm-hmm.
Why are they doing a Zatana movie? Mr. DC Defender.
Because she's hot.
Because she's hot. Okay, so me and Dustin have been rewatching all the DCEU bullshit.
Yeah.
Because most of it's on HBO Max, and I'm bored as shit, and we live in quarantine world.
I really like the animated movies.
I like some of them.
Quarantine, baby.
Yeah.
The animated movies are awesome.
Yeah.
But why do you do goddamn Zatana?
Girl power.
Girl power? But they
Yeah,
have
that's the
Wonder
only-
Woman 1984 coming out, like, eventually.
Yeah, but there's like a real strong, like, feminist movement still going.
But she's shitty Constantine.
Yeah,
she
I just hope
dated
she doesn't-
Constantine at one point.
Huh?
She dated Constantine at one point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's still shitty Constantine, though.
I'd say when I was introduced to Zatana,
Mm-hmm.
it was Justice League, but I still didn't really care for her too much.
Yeah.
It was the cartoon where I think Wonder Woman got turned into a pig.
Huh.
And then she goes on Smallville, and it was Serinda Swan who played her.
Mm-hmm.
Goddamn.
And I just fell head over heels in love.
I hope we get Zatana where Gal Gadot gets turned into a pig, and that's the movie.
What the
Oh, and then Ben Affleck comes back as Batman, has to sing.
Yeah. That shit would be kind of fitting for the DCEU.
Yeah.
Schneider would have been like, fuck that pig. Murder the pig.
Yeah.
This is the darkness.
They're just eating pulled pork at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the Schneider cut of Zatana. I don't understand it from, like, a movie standpoint, because they're still trying to, like, revive Justice League, right?
Yeah. Well, and this is the thing I'm wondering too. We're just getting this Justice League Dark show on HBO Max.
Yeah.
Is Zatanna connected to that?
She should be. That's where I would bring her in, but instead they're going to do a movie.
But is she like the standout? Like, is she going to be the one that gets the movie, and then Justice League Dark focuses around like Constantine and Swamp Thing, which I feel like are arguably the more interesting characters?
Yeah, that's why I'm confused, right?
That Swamp Thing is going over to CW.
It was, but then they moved it over there to show the reruns and then canceled its ass.
That's one of our views that we didn't get.
Yeah.
On that episode.
Damn.
God
yeah.
damn it, James.
We explained that. That's one of the listens we didn't get. God damn you. Shame on you.
Yeah, they scrapped that Swamp Thing because J.J. Abrams is going to do a show on HBO Max
for Justice League Dark,
which is going to involve Swamp Thing and
and they didn't want to confuse people.
So
and they're going to recast fucking Constantine, even though they had perfect casting.
Yeah,
that guy's an awesome dude too.
Yeah.
What, J.J. Abrams?
No,
Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan.
Oh yeah, okay.
I met him at Pensacon. He's awesome.
I was about to say them fighting words, James.
Yeah, we beat J.J. Abrams' ass right now.
Yeah, we got a short list of people we don't like on this show.
That last fucking Star Wars movie was the final straw for him. He's got to do something real good to get back in my good graces.
Him, Ryan Johnson, Kathleen Kennedy.
I wonder if we could fight him.
Yeah?
3-man tag team match.
What's that whole Facebook thing where it's like, as long as you're this many years younger than somebody, you can call it like a celebrity or something?
Really?
Remember Justin Bieber called out like...
Oh, yeah, he wanted to fight Tom Cruise.
Yeah, and then it started like a trend.
Shit.
Can we call him out?
I don't know. He's like kind of in our age group a little. He's like, what, 45?
I don't know.
I'm
not really sure, actually.
I don't know. What if he knows jujitsu?
He doesn't know jujitsu.
I know jujitsu. Anyone can know jujitsu.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I don't know. What were we saying, James?
I said what we can do, right, is we can do like the whole NWO birth bash at the beach scene.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
So like it's you two, and you're like, there's a third man. And they think I'm on their side because J.J. Abrams is part of DC right now. And then I come out and I act like I'm going to do something to you two.
The heel
and
turn.
I just, boom.
We tricked J.J. Abrams.
Drop.
Oh, no, we can't. We got to edit this off the episode, though. Because
this is going in.
We got to trick J.J. Abrams.
Hold on. I got to pay no attention.
Yeah. Trick J.J. Abrams into tag teaming with the DC Defender against the Firebear Republic.
What the fuck?
And then the Defender turns on him, and we stomp his ass.
This is a lot of setup. How do we get J.J. Abrams and James to be like besties?
I bet you this is the exact conversation that Hulk Hogan had with Scott Hall and Kevin Nash.
I don't understand any of this.
In the 90s.
How am I supposed to become a bad guy, brother?
I gotta be friends with Sting.
How about we just like find him at one of his premieres and me and you jump out?
We just attack him.
We're just wearing like fucking like wrestling like
equipment.
Yeah, like a jacket but no t-shirt and stuff and like fucking yeah. And we're like, yeah, brother, and then he comes on and hits him with the taser or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Can we do that?
Then we all go to jail for assault.
Defender.
Worth it.
It's not
damn. So more DC bullshit, right?
Yeah.
So apparently the Batman and HBO's fucking
yeah
Batman series with Ben Affleck and goddamn the worst Joker of all time.
So James is like the biggest Batman fan I know. How do you feel about them like doubling up on the DCEU stuff that they were getting away from?
2 Batmans, 1 universe.
I was gonna say I keep seeing so many different things. It's just driving me nuts. But like, I didn't hate Batfleck as much as I probably should have, but I did hate Leto Joker.
Yeah.
Do you think
I
it's
hated
possible?
that with a passion.
I liked Batfleck.
Do you think it's possible at this point that we could get like a retcon of the Joker and then just be like it's Jason Todd?
I think it's possible.
I think that was what they were intending to do at some point.
I mean, I've been saying it for a while, I think, but he's not really Joker, right?
Yeah, we'll get him out and bring in
But he was fucking Harley
William
Quinn.
Dafoe.
Well, I mean, is that hard?
Jason, nah, probably.
I mean,
not,
apparently
but...
Will Smith was too.
Yeah,
you heard about that one?
Oh yeah,
they had an entanglement.
An entanglement. It's super weird, man.
Yeah.
I really thought it would be Jason Todd, and it was going to be some big like badass reveal.
Mm-hmm.
And then the movie came out, and it was like they cut the Joker completely out of it, and his Joker was fucking ass. He was horrible.
Yeah, he was.
He was not interesting. Giving him any more screen time in that role is like kind of a sin. Even if you make him Jason Todd, it still makes him shitty.
Yeah. I don't like, I wouldn't even say like I would rather have like Joaquin Phoenix, but I feel like that's more Joker than Leto's Joker.
It is. It just doesn't fit the universe very well.
Right.
I still want that ultimate fan casting. I want Dafoe.
Dude, I've wanted Willem Dafoe to play freaking Joker my entire life.
Why?
He looks like him. When he played in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I always get Hobgoblin and Green Goblin mixed up.
He played the Green Goblin.
When he played the Green Goblin.
Yeah.
Like, he was badass, but he should have been the Joker.
I don't know. He was a good Green Goblin.
He was a good
I just don't see it. I don't know. I mean, I'll give it to you guys if y'all like that, but
I would love it.
I mean, just look at that scene when he's like looking in the mirror, talking to himself with that big grin.
Yeah, that's fucking Joker, man.
For real.
I got chills.
Maybe, I don't know.
I would be 1,000% down for that, but it'll never happen. And now we're gonna get the Batman, which is like Batman Year One movie.
Yeah.
Somehow tied into a Batfleck Joker thing. I think somehow they're gonna use it to reset their timeline. Or something, even though none of those characters can fucking time travel.
I've read like 3 different articles on this thing.
Okay.
One said it was going to be like an Arkham Asylum show. One said it was going to be like a Gotham cop show, like they're redoing Gotham.
I would still like to see that, by the way.
I would too.
Like, but I guess Batman's around, you just don't see him.
Wait, so he's not even really going to be in the show that much?
Well, like I've read like so many different things. I've been like I couldn't wait to get on the show today.
Yeah.
Just to try to clarify some stuff.
Oh, like see if we actually heard something different kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like all over the place.
Well, that's just DC in general right now. Like this is gonna kind of lead into our next topic where we watch Batman versus Superman.
Uncut
or unlimited edition.
Something like that.
Ultimate edition.
Yeah.
So I feel like as a whole, Warner Brothers right now, they decided that like Zack Snyder's shit was too dark.
Yeah.
After BVS, they tried to make things happy. They tried to recoup what they had, like change it up, get Joss Whedon in
they
here.
saw how well Deadpool and Guardians of the Galaxy did,
and they tried to like change midstream.
Yeah.
And it did not work. And now that there's renewed interest in the Snyder cut, it's kind of like they're just doubling down on the old shit. Just like we got an unlimited cut where you're going to get the Snyder cut.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden the Batman is connected to the Batfleck.
Yeah. It seems really weird.
Yeah.
Because Ben Affleck went from being in Batman v Superman, or no, in Justice League, he went from being Batman in the movie to being a producer to being basically the director.
But he was supervised by Snyder?
No, he stepped down.
Yeah.
And then Joss Whedon came in and tried to fix it.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And that's just a fucking shit show train wreck. But that formula is basically what DC has done the entire way with these movies. Like, they had a vision, or Schneider had a vision, a dark vision.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't like it, tried to change course. Schneider gets butthurt. He doesn't want to leave the project because I think he does care about the project as long as it's his way.
Yeah.
So he sits there and interferes. They bring someone in to work with him. Then they take over. Then they replace him entirely.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of been... That movie is pretty much what's happened with the DCEU altogether.
Yeah. And I don't know what you guys think, but the biggest bummer of this whole thing was I was excited for DC to reset. I wanted to see them find new people, like start with the Batman and kind of like create like a new universe from the ground up.
True course correction.
Right. And they couldn't fucking stick with it. Like, I wanted to see what Zack Snyder did. I was interested. This kind of like what if scenario. Like, what if this movie actually got to be created the way that it was supposed to be? And we got to see it. I didn't want them to bring that back.
You know what it reminds me of?
Yeah.
It reminds me of when you have a car that you kind of like, but something goes wrong mechanically.
Yeah.
And you go get it fixed. And you know it's time to buy a new car. But instead, you go get the next mechanical thing fixed, and the next mechanical thing fixed, and the next mechanical thing fixed. And you're never going to get to that new car because you've spent all your money on these pieces.
Yeah, you probably doubled down on the cost of the car at this point.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're driving it in fear because it breaks down all the time. So you're scared to take a chance. Like, you're scared to drive to Florida, or I wouldn't go to Florida for all the money in the world right now, but you're scared to go anywhere in this car.
Mm-hmm.
But you're like, it's my car, and it's fixed right now, and it's working.
Are you talking about my car?
No.
Okay.
No, not your car.
I mean, you're not wrong.
My fucking AC went out this week. Anyway.
Yeah.
That's how the DC universe is. They need to go buy a new DC universe.
Yeah.
And instead, they just like double down and tweak things. and like drop $150,000 or $1 million on this, drop like $50 million to do the Schneider cut or whatever, $150 million.
Yeah.
Depends on if you got the guy that did Cavill's mustache or not to do the CG.
Man, Cavill is a nerd's nerd, dude. I like that guy.
He is.
Like, he's like the fat nerdy dude who got like all buff and shit and now is playing all the cool roles in movies. But he just keeps on getting dicked over by those roles.
Didn't The Rock do a movie where he played that?
Yeah.
Yeah, Central Intelligence.
That was pretty funny.
Right. That movie was funny as shit.
Yeah.
And before that, Ryan Reynolds did a movie where he did that.
Did you see the video this week where Cavill built a PC from scratch on
did.
stream? Yeah.
I was very confused.
Yeah.
I hate that I hate him as Superman. I really do.
Really?
Dude,
it's not his fault.
I was going to say, I don't really hate him as Superman.
So we rewatched Batman v Superman.
James, I'll let you jump in there. Defend some shit, man.
I think Cavill is an okay Superman. Because Clark Kent's not that great. Because Clark Kent's supposed to be kind of bumbling and everything. That kind of takes away from the fact to make you think he's not Superman.
Yeah.
His Clark Kent and like Batman v Superman, he's like a little bit too pushy. He's like, "No, oh, come on, Chief." He's like, "Chief, this is what's going on."
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
I like Tyler Hoechling's Superman.
Tyler Hoechlin?
The guy from DC, the CW.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, I like his Clark Kent. Like his Clark Kent's got like the bumbling, klutzy side.
You're talking about the new guy, right?
Yeah.
Hard pass. Cavill's better than him.
Well, Cavill's a better Superman, but
I think
Hogan's better Clark Kent.
I think the problem with Cavill is he works as somebody like The Witcher, where he can be kind of dry, And when you try to make him play a range of emotions and shit, he's just not that good.
I like him as Superman, but I don't like him as like the traditional sense of Superman. Like, he's not the one that's like the hopeful Boy Scout. He kind of feels more like one of the Elseworlds comics, like versions of Superman, kind of like Red Sun or like
I could give you that.
Injustice or something.
So we both rewatched Batman v Superman.
Yeah, that's the topic we're on.
Yeah. The goddamn like nod to Injustice in that, and them not immediately following up with Injustice and doing that shit Justice League is the most disappointing thing about that movie.
They're never going to kill off Lois. And just like Injustice is cool. Don't get me wrong. But like, why do we need that on a big screen?
I want them to use Injustice to reset the DCEU.
Fuck that.
That's too soon.
You want like a homicidal fucking Superman and that's going to fix everything?
It's all been shitty. And then instead of continuing it like the comic book run, you resolve it in a movie where it leaves everything reset and uncertain, and then you start new movies.
Why don't you just do a more traditional, like, Flashpoint?
Because I think everyone thinks Flashpoint is going to be the thing.
I honestly think if you go with Injustice now, you really got to build to it.
Yeah.
Like with Batman v Superman, like they were just first time meeting. That's the best part about Injustice is you got these two guys who are like almost best friends who are totally polar opposites.
That's a good point.
Yeah, but I think that was the worst thing about Batman v Superman is they just met. They didn't have, other than like the building thing at the beginning, Batman should have been able to understand that. And in the director's cut, they did help him, right? They did help that like problem that I had with the movie where Batman should have been able to understand the collateral damage because Batman has caused a shit ton of collateral damage historically.
Superman.
Batman. He should have been able to understand Superman's collateral damage.
Oh.
He's crashed shit into shit.
Yeah.
Lots of times.
He did it in the movie.
In the fucking movie.
Yeah, like in the scene where he's chasing the guys with the Batmobile. He just tears shit up.
Immediately after that, he crashes through buildings. He crashes things. He crashes through all kinds of stuff. He's doing the same goddamn shit Superman did. Just on a small Batman level.
Yeah, but there's a big difference between like hitting a building that has nobody in it and like destroying a metropolis.
Yeah, but how did he know there's going to be nobody in the building? He didn't. Somebody could have been in that building.
It's like 3 a.m.
Yeah, somebody could be in that building. People are in buildings at 3 a.m.
Not in a sketchy, like, fucking dock area like that.
If you have a Batman that's shooting machine gun bullets down the street with other cars on it.
Yeah. Well, okay.
And he's not worried about any collateral damage.
Okay, so I wanted to pose this question to you guys, right? Because we're really kind of like doing a dive into like whether or not this was a better version of the movie, right? But I wanted to ask you do you think people's perception of Batman and Superman come from the animated series? Do you think it's based off of the comics, or do you think it's what we got from Batman the Animated Series and Justice League cartoon?
That's a good question.
Because I was listening to Absolute Comics / The Weekly Pool, and they said if you don't think that Batman kills, you don't read comics. They were like, there's no on-screen version of Batman that doesn't kill except for the animated show. And he never really had like a one rule. That was something that they made up for the cartoon.
Did Tim Burton's Batman kill anyone?
He threw somebody down an air shaft with a grenade.
Yeah. Damn, I guess you're right. Okay. I'm not one of those ones that's like Batman doesn't kill, but Batman doesn't use guns.
He did originally.
Only in the Frank Miller.
No, like in the original
like in the
comics.
original, yeah.
What?
He was a guy with a cape that ran around with a gun and fought criminals.
Well, damn. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Back in like the 40s?
Like when they
if you
originally
look at like
created
the first cover, he's got like his wing spread, you can see like a holster.
Huh.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
The whole anti-gun thing happened like 10 years later?
Like in the 50s?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
No Batman comics I've ever read, he's had a gun. So.
Well, yeah, he's generally not like a gun guy. But
because that's what killed his parents, so.
But okay, so there's that perception of Batman, right? And then there's the other one with Superman. The creators of the Justice League cartoon. I was watching an interview with them at one point, and they were talking about how they didn't know how to write Superman because they're like, he's in a group setting, and if we literally let him interact with the villains at the same time as Green Lantern and all these other people, he'll just kick their ass. He's not interesting.
Yeah.
Right? So we had to weaken him. So literally at the beginning of every fight, they hit Superman, he goes straight down, he's out of the fight until the end, comes in and saves the day.
Ha.
So like, instead of getting the moral dilemma that we get in the comics, where he is like the ultimate powerhouse, and it's not whether or not he's strong, it's whether or not he'll do the right thing, or like, how can he possibly do two things at the same time? Like,
Yeah, I mean, that's what they give you in all those animated movies, though.
Yeah, you get some of that, but like...
Most of those are just adaptations of different story arcs in the comics.
Right.
Well, I never watched Justice League. Like the cartoon. I never saw it.
That was
really?
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Huh.
I've seen most of the animated movies.
Yeah.
Isn't it on HBO Max?
Yeah. And the Batman animated series, even at one point, did a 50-50 with Superman, right? Where it was like, Batman would be one episode and then Superman would be the other episode.
Yeah, I don't think I saw that. I think that's how they set up Justice League.
Yeah.
But I don't think I saw that either.
Yeah.
They even had an animated movie where they were together.
Right.
They did a lot of them, actually.
Well, it was the start of the cartoon. It was like the...
Oh, true, with Doomsday. Right?
Yeah. Or no. It was Joker and Lex Luthor. And it was pretty much how they were starting because I mean, you had Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah, but when that aired, Dustin's right. It aired like one is one episode, one is another episode, one is one episode, one is another episode.
And then Justice League came out. Yeah.
They cut it into a movie later.
Yeah. So all that being said, do you think that our childhood kind of like tainted our view of these characters? And I mean, I'm not saying Zack Snyder's right.
Yeah. I mean, not mine, because I didn't watch Justice League. I never saw it.
Well, even the Batman shit.
I didn't know who fucking Lobo was until they put him in a video game.
Really?
Yeah.
God, that's weird.
No clue.
Yeah.
I mean, they made him for that shit, right? That was his
debut?
debut?
No, he was a comic book character.
But he's
he was a comic book character.
He's like a comic book character
Superman.
from like the 2000s.
No.
No?
Yeah, he was in the Death of Superman.
I don't remember him in the Death of Superman.
I remember they were at a bar and there's like somebody was talking crap and he went off on him.
Huh.
Beat the crap out of him because he was like a fan of Superman.
Weird.
Yeah. They had like a lot of crossovers where they would like hang out in space and shit, especially in the animated series. It was cool.
Huh.
Yeah.
I never watched the animated series.
Yeah.
Wasn't Lobo John DiMaggio?
I don't know that. I don't know.
I think he was.
So I mean,
The
back
voice
to
Bender.
your question. Like, I don't know
Yeah.
because I've read a bunch and watched some, and it's kind of been back and forth, hit or miss.
Yeah.
So I would say probably your general audience, though, maybe.
Yeah.
Because
I would say for me, probably.
Okay.
Because even though I read a lot of the comics, like the cartoons is what I watched most of. So
I still think Schneider's shit is too dark, and the core comic book audience is too small. Like, if you were making something for people in the age demographic that goes to movies, which is like 18 to 48 or whatever, and you were saying, okay, so most of them are influenced by the Justice League cartoon and Batman animated series.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to make a movie or movies for this niche group that read comics in like an age where comics are dying because people don't read comics.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make sense to back a Zack Snyder for that reason.
Okay.
Just from like from a marketing standpoint, you know?
Yeah.
It might for good storytelling.
I don't know.
I'm very hit or miss on Zack Snyder. Like, I know we shit on him all the time.
Well, we never really got to the movie. Like, original cut of the movie versus the unlimited cut. Did you guys feel like it was better? I'm not saying like it had to be your cup of tea, but did you feel like it was more cohesive as a movie?
I was gonna say with the extended scenes, it kind of did make it a little. Oh God, the girl going to see the senator. I don't remember that from the original cut.
Yeah, it fixes a lot of holes.
Yeah.
And it makes the movie make more sense, but it also makes a bad movie nearly 40 minutes longer.
I felt like after watching this version of the movie, I realized that he wasn't trying to make Batman versus Superman. He was trying to make Death of Superman.
Yeah.
It really was just a Superman sequel that was supposed to have Batman in it.
I think this movie would have been better without Batman in it. You could have cut 15 minutes from the beginning of the movie, and it all goes back to time. I like when my time is respected.
Yeah.
By these filmmakers. You could have cut 15 minutes from the movie because they retold Batman's goddamn origin story. You could have got rid of the whole Batman Alfred stuff that was all added back in.
I like that.
It made Batman make sense in the fucking movie.
Yeah.
But it also made you watch 5 minutes here, 3 minutes here, 2 minutes here of him and Alfred kind of have this dialogue to build Batfleck's character into a one-dimensional, I don't know why I'm fighting Superman character.
Yeah, because he's just a fucking rage monster without it.
Yeah, without that, Batman made absolutely no sense in the theatrical cut.
Yeah.
He just didn't make sense. He still doesn't make sense, you know? Like I was saying before with all the collateral damage shit. Like he's literally like judging Superman for collateral damage while shooting bullets just aloof in the street.
I get that though. But because it creates an opposite argument for Superman. He's like, okay, you're basically Frank Miller Batman at this point, right? You just don't give a fuck. You're killing criminals. You lost Robin and stuff like that. I morally have an argument against the way you do things. And Batman on the other side is like, you are too strong not to be put down. And there's no reason that you should just be good all the time. Like, this is just an act.
I don't trust you to be good all the time.
I don't trust you to be good all the time.
Just seems like a shitty argument.
But that's Batman. That's literally Batman's character all the time. Tower of Babel. He has never trusted anybody. There's always a contingency plan.
I get
that's why that movie, the cartoon movie Doom.
Yeah. I get that, but
it's just perfect.
It makes it hard to, when you don't tell that story in the movie, and you're looking at the audience to assume that, or like somehow they're supposed to implant that on the character without anything that explains that.
Right.
There was never like a Watchmen moment where they explained the psychology of it.
like Vite if you cut out the first 30 minutes of the movie and you just had him like fucking in the world.
Right. Or if you had Dr. Manhattan explain why he doesn't give a shit. Or you had Dr. Manhattan not explain why he doesn't give a shit.
Like without the Morris scene.
Basically, you're supposed to assume that because maybe you read the comics, or you're supposed to assume that because that's what the director is trying to operate under the guise of.
Yeah.
But when you don't put that in the movie, especially when you have an extra 40 minutes to put that in your goddamn movie, and you still don't put it in your movie, it's unforgivable. It makes your character soft as shit. And
it's better than the first one.
Better than the original cut?
Yeah.
It's better than the original cut, but it's also a shit movie and now longer by almost an hour.
Yeah. I don't think you can really judge a movie based on the meta. I can't like sit here and say like, well, it was the best they could have done with the time they had. It's still a movie and they put it out at 3 hours. Like, I think it was close to being a really good movie.
I think the first, if you cut doing Batman's goddamn origin story. See, why do you do his origin story that everyone fucking knows?
But they did it in flashbacks.
But you don't take that 15 goddamn minutes and use that to make a Batman that doesn't trust anyone. They don't have him interact with the Flash until like an hour into the goddamn movie.
Yeah.
I told you why you bring up his origin story, like the first episode I was on.
Okay.
What is that?
It was the way to get Jeffrey Dean Morgan in there so he would be Batman in Flashpoint.
God, why can't we get Jeffrey Dean Morgan in there?
That's only awesome when it happens.
Dude, I would give up all this Snyder shit for that.
It's now been almost 2 years. And Jeffrey Dean Morgan has not been.
Dude, you know Jeffrey Dean Morgan is fucking down. Like,
he's down. He did fucking Negan for probably $20 in like shit seasons of The Walking Dead.
You know Jeffrey Dean Morgan's over there like, is Thomas Wayne cool? And they're like, that would be totally cool if you played Thomas Wayne. And he's like, I'll fucking do it. You know?
Can I say shit?
Yeah. How many times can I say the fuck word? And they're like, as many times as you can get out. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we'll just leave it on the cutting floor.
Yeah.
It's it didn't make sense to make that movie.
Okay, well,
when they did.
Finishing this out, since I'm kind of posing all the questions, right? After watching this, does this make you feel like at least Zack Snyder was trying to do something and it might have worked? Does this give you any kind of hope for the Snyder Cut?
So I've rewatched Man of Steel and this, and ironically Aquaman, which I liked much less the second time I watched it.
Much less?
Much less.
Even the second time you saw the octopus playing the drums?
Yeah.
Oh, bro. Crazy.
Dude, like third time I watched Aquaman, I liked it way less than the first two
But
times.
you get to that part and you're like, it's fucking awesome. No?
No.
Okay.
I keep
he
waiting.
Still doesn't like the sharks like stand still.
Yeah, the
PS2
copy
sharks.
pants, the copy paste PS2 sharks are fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
But so I've kind of reintroduced myself to the DCEU on HBO Max.
Yeah.
And I got to this movie and I wasn't going to watch it because it was super fucking long and I remembered hating the shit out of it. And you asked me to watch it for this. And I watched it and I regret it. Because it was wasting my goddamn time.
All right.
But it does give me hope for the Snyder Cut of Justice League. Because most of my problems with Justice League are continuity, like shit being unexplained, shit not going anywhere, shit not making any sense. It just seems like one action set piece, like sloppily pasted into another action set piece over and over and over until the end of the movie.
Yeah. What about you, James?
I gotta agree with Jamie. I think it gives me hope for the Snyder Cut because the ending scene, Luthor sitting there in front of Steppenwolf.
I still don't understand that scene, by the way.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
Well, if you look in front, I noticed it this time, but if you look in front of him, he's got like the mother boxes showing.
Yeah, but does that make any more sense?
So I think what may have been was supposed to happen was because Luthor was saying the bell has been rung. I think he was supposed to help track down the mother boxes to get Darkseid to come in.
But why does he want to? Why does he want to kill everybody like that? That doesn't make sense.
I don't think he actually knows that it would kill, you know? I think he just knows that you know what I'm saying? I think he doesn't know it all, but he knows something.
He wants the knowledge.
Yeah.
But didn't he get all the Kryptonian knowledge from the ship?
He did, but there's other mother boxes.
What?
I don't know.
Okay. My understanding of Luthor is that without Superman, he's the guy that's going to like lead the countries.
He's
greatest...
Elon Musk.
Yeah, he's Elon Musk. Well, I guess like Elon Musk like times 10.
Okay.
Right? This version of Luthor, I don't understand why he's working with Steppenwolf. That's just like bad guy motif shit that they added in at the end. Like,
yeah.
Like he talks to the bigger boss that's going to be the next guy.
It didn't make sense. They were trying to do Thanos.
Yeah.
You know?
Like if it comes down to it, if the planet's going to be destroyed, he might look out for number one and try and set himself up to be in a position where he would save himself. But at the end of the day, he would do everything he could to save humanity. Maybe not every single person, but the bulk of us. Right? Even if that meant teaming up with Superman.
Maybe. He's done it at times.
That's happened multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It even happened in that Lego game.
Even in fucking Deceased, when everybody was dead, he's just like crying. He's like, we lost everybody. You know?
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I thought we were going to get a good, strong defense of DC.
I know. I'm changing your name to the fucking Jamie Cheek Defender or some
the
shit.
The DC apologist.
I want you to like throw at least a right hook. Be like, yeah, take that, Marvel or something. Like, we do shit first and you wait to see if it works out. Huh. Yeah.
I think you've done more DC defending than James.
I think so.
I can't lie though.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like and this is going back. I think Lex Luthor is like the Loki. You remember the first Avengers?
Yeah, true. Well, that's how they portrayed him.
Yeah, like he wasn't really talking to Thanos. He was talking to Thanos' underlord, which would be Steppenwolf in this case with Darkseid.
Yeah, I got one more for you guys.
Okay.
Lex Luthor and Batman, Bruce Wayne, right? Do you think that there's a difference?
No. Not in this movie.
Yeah.
At all. Like, especially not in the uncut version of this movie. I think Batman was more fucking...
Their character really just focuses on how they feel about Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a very good point. In this movie, Batman's character is way more Lex Luthor than Batman.
Yeah.
That's a goddamn episode.
That's a goddamn episode.
Lex Luthor is Batman.
Yeah. I'm gonna
DC
change
is
my
undefended.
I'm going to change my name to the DC Defender. I'll fucking...
DC undefended.
Yeah. All right, James, you got any final thoughts on DC? You want to? I'm giving you one more shot. Like,
you got any defense or the hands down? You throwing in the towel? The bell is rung.
I'm not throwing in the towel. I'm waiting to see.
You want to talk about how awesome Stephen Amell is, real quick?
He wants to wait and see.
Yeah,
I miss Stephen Amell.
Yeah,
damn.
He was
an awesome guy. Bad Spectre, but he's still an awesome dude.
Well, if you enjoyed that bullshit,
okay,
you can check us out at the Firebear Republic or the Firebear Republic on social medias. You can download the episode wherever you get your podcasts and
Firebear Podcast on Twitter.
And thank you for coming on and not defending DC.
Y'all are welcome.
He's checking his phone right now, guys.
And we'll talk at you next week.
He's texting.
I'm trying to.
He's texting
find something to defend.
We're gonna get our asses beat.
Hurt me too bad.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.